If you've spent any time on parenting blogs or scrolling through Instagram, you've probably seen tons of pictures of kids playing with colorful slime, digging in sand, or squishing Play-Doh between their fingers. But did you know that this isn't just messy fun? It's actually a crucial part of your toddler's development. Today, we're diving into the world of sensory play and why it's so important for your little one's growing brain. Trust me, by the end of this video, you'll be itching to set up a sensory bin for your toddler, and I'll show you just how to do that. So what exactly is sensory play? Sensory play is any activity that stimulates your child's senses. Contrary to what we were taught in school, we actually have 8 senses, not 5. Touch, smell, taste, sight, and hearing are the main ones that we were taught about, but then there are 3 others which are also very important. Vestibular, which is your sense of balance and spatial orientation. Proprioceptive, which is understanding the position and movement of your limbs and other body parts. And then there's interoception, which is understanding internal bodily cues like hunger, thirst, or the need to use the bathroom. So basically, anything we engage in can be seen as sensory play to some extent. But lots of times when you think of sensory play, you think of things like playing with squishy foam, scented Play-Doh, colorful rice bins, or even just splashing in puddles outside. Now let's talk about why this type of play is so crucial for your toddler's development. First up, we have brain development. Did you know that sensory play actually helps create neural connections in your child's brain? When your toddler engages in sensory play, they're not just having fun. They're literally building their brain. Each time they touch something squishy, hear a new sound, or see a vibrant color, their brain is making new connections. These connections form the foundation for more complex learning later on. Next, we have language development. Now, you might be wondering, how does playing with sand help my kid talk? Sensory play provides tons of opportunities for language growth. As your child explores different textures, colors, and sensations, they're learning new words to describe their experiences. Squishy, rough, smooth, cold. These are all words that come naturally during sensory play. Plus, as they play, they're more likely to engage in conversation with you or their other playmates, further boosting their language skills. Now onto fine motor skills. These are the movements that use the small muscles in our hands, wrists, and fingers. They are super important for things like writing, buttoning clothes, and using utensils, just to name a few things. Sensory play is like a gym workout for these little muscles. When your toddler is scooping rice, molding Play-Doh, or picking up small objects from a sensory bin, they're strengthening these crucial muscles and improving their coordination. Sensory play is also fantastic for developing problem-solving skills. When your child is figuring out how to build a sandcastle that won't fall down, or how to get a toy boat to float in water, they're actually practicing early engineering and physics concepts. This type of play encourages experimentation and critical thinking. Last, but definitely not least, sensory play can be incredibly calming and help with emotional regulation. Have you ever noticed how focused and quiet your child gets when they're playing with a sensory material that they love? Activities like playing with water, running hands through dry rice, or even just hugging a soft stuffed animal can help children manage big emotions and calm down when they're feeling overwhelmed. Now, I know what some of you may be thinking, but the mess, I can't handle the mess. I get it, I really do, because I used to be the same way. But here's the thing. The benefits of sensory play far outweigh the temporary mess. And there are ways to contain the chaos. Here are some of my favorite tips. First is to set up a designated sensory play area. It's best to have this on a hardwood floor or tile or outside, but if you need to work on carpet or you want to contain the mess, then simply lay a plastic tablecloth under where your child is playing. This is also great for setting a visual boundary for where the sensory materials should stay. Next, you want to have clear rules about where the sensory materials can and can't go. I like to keep it simple. Keep all materials in the bin and out of mouths. It also helps to set boundaries and clear expectations before your child starts playing. So explain that if they can't follow the rules of the sensory play, the materials have to get put away. And then follow through if that's the case. Involve your child in the cleanup process. This is a great way to teach responsibility and to make it fun. Now, the first time you introduce sensory play, it may be messy, but the more you set up sensory activities for your child, the more they will get used to it and be able to do them more independently. Also, remember, not all sensory play has to be messy. Things like listening to music, looking at books with different textures, or shaking up a glitter jar are all forms of sensory play too. The key is to provide a variety of sensory experiences for your toddler. Mix it up. Try different textures, temperatures, sounds, and sights. The more diverse the sensory experiences, the more your child's brain will benefit. and follow their lead. Figure out what they like and run with it. Now, I'm going to give you 3 super simple sensory bins that you could set up today, but first I want to let you know that if you want even more support in nurturing your toddler's development through play, I am opening up my membership, the Life with Littles Lounge, very soon. It is exclusively for parents of toddlers and preschoolers. We will have things like live question and answer sessions, group coaching, tons of resources, including play ideas and ways to support your child's development, and so much more. Click the link in the description to get on the wait list so that you can be the first to know when it opens. Now onto our sensory bins. First, we have a water sensory bin. Take a small plastic bin, some bowls, measuring cups, and some scoopers, and optionally you can add in some other fun items like water-friendly toys, pom-poms, some soap for bubbles, or some food coloring to color the water. Stick with whatever you feel comfortable with. You may want to take this one outside the first time just to see how your child does, but any kind of water play is always a favorite. If you do choose to do this one inside, I definitely recommend laying down some towels to contain the mess. Next, we have a simple colored rice bin. I have a quick video that I will link in the description for how to dye rice, so be sure to check that out. But you just color some rice, add it to a bin with whatever kind of objects and tools that you'd like. I love using rice around different holidays and seasons and then coloring according to that while adding in some themed objects. Add some spoons or scoopers, bowls, containers, and then let your child explore. Finally, another simple bin is a pasta sensory bin. Take some uncooked pasta and fill a small bin. You can either color it or leave it uncolored. And then you want to hide some small objects like magnetic letters or colored pom-poms and have your child dig around to find them. If you would like a whole video on some more fun sensory bin ideas, then drop a comment below and let me know. Don't forget to give this video a thumbs up if you found it helpful and subscribe for more tips to help you love your life with littles. And leave a comment below with your toddler's favorite sensory play activity. I would love to hear what works for your family. Thank you so much for watching, and remember, a little mess today means big learning for tomorrow. I'll see you next time.